So I am back from Orlando. If you guys missed the most recent live event, I actually played in it, and we're going to be watching the stream. We're going to be playing Mr. Football 88. Uh, he's made 7 straight lives in a row, and so obviously he's been here before. He knows what he's doing. We have something to prove. I'm going to break down you guys my thought process, a whole bunch of things. Just being at the live, all the cool things I got to do. Shout out EA. It was an absolute blast. Um, Most fun I've ever had. If you guys watched, you guys know how it ended. John Beast is the winner. Speaking of John Beast, make sure you guys check out vertex.tips. We have actually a sale right now where you can get my ebook, John's ebook, and Dale's. Normally it's $30 a month, but now we have code BELT for the next couple of days that gets you 50% off. So make sure you guys take advantage of that if you guys want to run what me and John were running at the live event. But let's break down some of the things that were happening in the game. So I'm actually going to mute this audio. I came out in single mug. I knew Mr. Football was going to be in the Jets. If I call him Brit, that's what I know about. I knew he was going to be in Jets. Honestly, the best playbook. I'm also in the Jets offense as well. But the reason why I ran single mug is because I think single mug actually does the best versus bunch X nasty compared to mid blitz or whatever. Mid blitz is cool though because you do get more of like a send six type of pressure. But I honestly I don't think like the send six is really that good in the game unless someone's 5 out and all the time. A lot of people are now starting to block their running back and get started to figure out. But we have a problem, and I identified it early in the game. It's gonna be this Cam Newton. Cam Newton was super tough. He actually does the speed boost with this juke move with Cam Newton up or the step up into the pocket and get a lot of yards. And I actually had no answer for this right there. He gets like a little speed boost right there, jukes. He's gonna pick up a first down. And when I saw this, I was like, oh shit. I honestly was like, I don't know how I'm gonna defend this. I'm gonna hope that I get a shed before that happens. But he was also using pass protectors. I was using double or nothing and extra credit. Shout out Zan. If you guys don't know Zan, and Colt actually put me onto the D line chem stack. I think it is the best stack. I don't think you need all that extra stuff. So shout out them. So I was using 3 of those guys, and I was just honestly praying for the best. Right here, we see it goes under center to this I form wide off close, and hands it off to Randy Moss. That's his gadget player. Randy Moss, one of the best cards currently in the game, and Britt's going to end up getting 7 early in this game. All right, so now I'm on offense, and I'm going to be in this Jets offensive playbook as well. I'm going to be kind of running the whole tour right here. We're going to hand off the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs, and honestly, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a big part of this offense. I think inside zone, out of bunch X nasty, doubles is really good. Also, I ran a lot of tight open, and I thought the speed option was really good. I didn't really go to it a lot in the game. Honestly, I really wasn't nervous to play the game. I was more nervous because of all the stuff that goes around at the live event. It's just kind of like a lot to handle right here. I'm going to throw to Malik Neighbors up the middle, get down to about the 39-yard line. And honestly, I thought he would have a better plan for motion halfback choice. And in my opinion, I really don't think he did. So we're able to move the ball, pretty easily. We already are inside the 40, and I'm feeling good right here. I'm going to audible the Y flat goal line. The reason why I audible to it is because the buttons do switch. So if you come out in it, it's kind of like a tell that gives it away. So I always come out in a regular play, audible to it real quick. I can make as many hot routes, and then I can throw the ball. So we're already at the 24-yard line. Looking to score inside the red zone, and this is where things get tough. I can't lie. Red zone is super, tough to move on in this game, especially when someone's sending 3, 2, even sometimes 4. And the red zone gets tough. Right here, he's going to send a blitz. I'm going to roll out here with Jaden Daniels. I try to playmaker to make a play. I'm just going to get out of bounds, take my 5 yards. No need to take a hit, possibly fumble. So we're down inside the 20. He's showing a lot of this man-to-man coverage look here in the red zone. So I'm going to go to this gun tight open. I really like gun tight open. I think it is super tough to defend in zone or man-to-man coverage right here. I'm going to go to the speed option. Honestly, just really bad stick by me. Should have had a lot better stick. I think I probably, if I'm just, run it back right here, Jane Daniels, I probably could just cut up right there and we would have picked up the first down. We wouldn't even have to worry about it. But now I found myself on this 3rd and 3. Figured he was going to probably send the blitz, so I'm ready to run away from it. I target his user. He sends everybody. I roll out. I see the running back, and all that happened right there was I just got a red. If that's an accurate throw, possibly get in. But I was on the run. It's a tough throw to make. We have to live with it. So no point for me, in my opinion, to kick 3 down here. If you kick 3, that's the same thing as getting stopped. I always treat like a 4-point game and a 7-point game as the same thing when I play Madden. So I'm going to go to good old reliable. I'm going to put a post on my tight end. Really haven't called this combo out of motion halfback choice. Brick does call a timeout, but I am going to go to the same play. I'm going to put a post on my tight end and stem him down to beat the man-to-man coverage. If he does run man, I'm going to hope one of those fades get open. Honestly, just played really good defense. Missed my drag. I saw it. Honestly, I looked at it in this window right here earlier where that hook was. If I just waited a little bit longer, I could have just thrown the drag, picked it up. But throw a kind of contested catch, that's a 50-50 ball. It just went his way, and we have to live with it. So now we got stopped already. And Britt's going to do a lot of audibling around. He's going to audible to, like, doubles. He's going to go to bunch tight end. We're going to see him in a lot of different formations. And I know, do not pass commit when I play Mr. Football 88 because he wants to run the football. He's trying to make life easy. You know, he feels like he's a solid defensive player. So he's going to try to play mistake-free football. So I always set up for the run. And I think this was a huge part of my preparation is I labbed up run shoots. I was prepared for every single run that was going to come my way. And I was putting them in a lot of, like right here, 2nd and 12. No one wants to start off in a 2nd and 12. You always want like a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7. You know, get a couple yards, makes it a lot easier. 2nd and 12 is pretty tough to start off with every drive. We get him on a 3rd down right here. Goes to the bunch tight end. He's going to audible back to the bunch. Honestly, our whole defense was all messed up. I'm trying to set up. I'm scrambling. Right here, we're taking away all the check downs. Besides the return route, finds his return route right there. Thought I had a 5-yard hook, unfortunately did not. He's going to no huddle. He's going to go straight back to the line. Running a lot of cover 4 match, mixing in some zone as well. I knew he didn't like match right there. I pinched my linebacker, and it kind of just like messed up. So I end up spreading him back out, setting up a play. And honestly, I wasn't a fan of his route combos in bunch 10. I felt like, honestly, overall, I played really well versus right there. Great defense, just breaks the tackle. We just got to live with it in that situation. So I think I'm pretty sure he's just going to run inside zone and take this to the half. I'm standing over these defensive tackles. It gives me the best chance, in my opinion, to shoot the inside zone right here. Wasn't able to shoot it, but we're all over it. We're going to, you know, again, got him on this 2nd and 12. And I think that is really what's the difference maker in this game. He's going to take this to the quarter. Let's, you know, speed this up a little bit. But overall, I don't really play that good of defense. In this game, I played phenomenal defense, and my offense was a little shaky. Now, that could have just be because of first live, all that different stuff right there. Cam Newton takes off. Again, bagged right there. He just scrambles with Cam Newton. We didn't really have an answer for that. But overall, we're playing solid coverage. We're making him think about it, hold the ball a little bit. Right here, he's going to come out in I form while off close. He put Moss at running back so he can audible back up, which, in my opinion, I think this is actually really smart. I might be adding this to my my offense, but he audibled the inside zone. We're there. Again, 2nd and 13. Just super tough for him to get anything going. He's going to audible. I don't know what play this is. I actually haven't seen a lot of this play. I didn't think it was really that good. Up here we go. He switched his play. Just simple, you know, streak post corners concept with the return route on the backside right there. We're going to hold him 3rd and 12. Got to find a way to get off the field, or at least get him to a 4th down, because a lot of crazy things can happen on 4th down. He's going to audible over to the bunch tight end. We got 3rd and 12. Looks like he's going to go with the RPO right here. I thought he was going to pass. He did not. And we're going to get him to that 4th down. I'm okay with that. If that's what he wants to do is get to a 4th and 5, that is totally fine with me. Now, the one thing that I didn't like about how this game went is I played such good defense. I just couldn't get off the field on like thirds or 4th downs. But this led him to pretty much clock a majority of the game. I don't touch the ball here until like a minute left. Right there, he's going to call a timeout. It's a big down right here, so you have to make sure you call your best play. But yeah, I really wasn't a fan of. I don't even remember what I was saying. I was yapping. I'm watching the plays go. That's on me. Hey, you know, a lot of talking, a lot of thinking. Right here, he's going to audible over to the doubles. I had a double show that I really liked. I set it up, and the only weakness of it was that I did send 5 in this. If I just sent 4 like I normally do, we would have been okay. I ran match on one side of the field, and I covered 2 to another side of the field, and the side that I blitzed off of was my match side, and it just let the running back streak be wide open. But Britt, he's still just scratching and clawing to get every single yard. He's flipping his bunch tight end a couple times. I'm ready for the RPO. It looks like from his POV, we're going to see inside zone, though. Runs into the O lineman. He's going to get another 1st and goal. So we got to hold the door. We have to hold the door, but we will get the ball back. So that is a good thing right here. I know this is going to be QB power, so I have Jeremy Chin over the middle, ready to shoot it, but he calls the timeout. Doesn't like the look. I'm in the double A gap in the red zone. You got to get aggressive down here. You have to send everybody. You have to try to make a play. This is the best time to do it, in my opinion. So that's why I always use double A gap over a single mug where there's really no blitz threat, like, you know, if you call mid blitz. So comes out in the wing slot right there, finds Jahmyr Gibbs. I thought I put him in a hard flat over there. I'm pretty sure that was a soft squat that I had out there. He's going to take it to the 2-minute warning. Again, 2nd and goal. He's going to untarget that defensive end. I'm Hubbard, ready for this QB draw. Looks like he's actually about to audible. Yeah, I think he does audible. Yes, he does. Okay, so he's going to audible here. I'm going to back out right there just because I figured that he was going to go to, like, you know, a pass play since he audibled. 2 seconds on the play clock. He's just going to throw the flat. And right here, I don't know why he did that. I truly don't know why he did that, but we're going to, you know, we're going to take advantage of it. We got a break right there for us, and we're going to be able to, you know, force a fumble, I guess. I don't know. So, hey, sometimes you just got to be lucky. You can't always just be good right here. We're going to run inside zone, try to get to the outside. Was hoping I could have scored right there with the speed boost, but unfortunately not. Right here, I'm going to go back to motion halfback choice. He's been having a lot of problems trying to guard it. I see Randy Moss over on the outside, and I feel like I had a step on him. I just think Jaden Daniels underthrew it. That could have been me because I used a new quarterback. I only got to play like 5 games with him before this, 5 or 6 games. So that could have just been on me too. I felt like I made the right read, but unfortunately, we're gonna have another turnover. So we are playing. Overall, I feel like we're playing bad offensive ball. This is not my style of play. I hold myself to a higher standard. You know, even though I had a really good first drive and felt like I made a good read right there, I still just got to be better. I hate turning over the ball right there. I try to switch stick that short corner route from Y flat goal line. Wasn't able to do it. He does get out of bounds though, so that is huge for us. I'm ready to shoot this inside zone. I know he's going to run it. Our defensive end comes in free. If they mess with the untargeting features, or, you know, depending on where I hover, it just allows defensive ends to come in free in the single mug. So that's why I really liked it. And I thought it was good for Britt right here. Again, I'm ready. I don't want him to run the ball. If he beats me passing, so be it right here. I bring in my safety. Everything is bagged, and guess what? He takes off with Cam Newton once again with the speed boost. Just nothing I could really do about it. I just kind of had to accept the fact that this was happening to me. So he's going to run the ball with Randy Moss. We're going to use our last timeout, just, you know, just in case he does score. We do have some time for ourselves on offense. He's going to flip motion halfback seam. Looks like he's going to probably set up a play to roll out. He does have slide to the right. Yep, he's rolling out. You know, overall, really good defense. It's a tough throw to even try to make for that corner route. We got him on a 3rd and 1. The clock does now stop. Expecting inside zone. I'm bringing everybody in the box. Again, Mr. Football is going to call another timeout. He doesn't like the look. He looks just really uncomfortable on offense, knowing that he just can't get his run game going. So we're going to go to the bunch tight end. I'm bringing everybody in the box, hoping that we get a stop. And he gets a 1st down off that run. I honestly didn't think that he should have got a 1st down, but it is what it is. Right here, it goes back to another bunch tight end play. Right there, we're all over that. And we get the fumble. We don't pick it up. That would have been huge with 20 seconds left in the half, but it is what it is. He gets back to the line, no timeouts. He has to call, he has to call a play right here. If I was him, I would just put a bunch of streaks out there, try to hit one up the seam and throw it right there. We're all over it. He's going to throw away the ball. This was actually a really high little switch stick right there. I knew that he was going to call, once he put that hitch out there, there was a crosser or a slant that was going to come across the middle. So I knew my responsibility was to switch stick and, pretty much follow that slant or crosser. Here we go, 7 seconds. And this right here kind of confused me. I understand taking the shot. Maybe he thought that there was a hook on that side of the field and that it would have been easy just to throw it. But really, there was really just no point to throw what he threw. And right there, we're going to get an interception right before half. And believe it or not, there was only 7 points in a Madden 26 game before half. So now we're back on offense. Start of the half, we got to get something going right here. We're going to find our crosser over the middle. We hit Malik Neighbors. Could have been switch stick, but he switched to like a hook zone on the side, so didn't really have a chance to go get to it. So now we have a 1st and 10. We're going to audible to this Y flat goal line right here. I'm going to try to hit that short corner route. We're not able to, so we're going to roll out with Daniels. Honestly, really good defense there from Britt. We're going to have to throw it away. So 2nd and 10, I'm going to call PA snag here. I just want to make sure I have the most time. Also, he was mixing in a lot of man, so we had to make sure that uh, we had a man beating play out there. Right here, let me talk about this PA snag. Anytime I ever see anybody switch, like even if he's running back like that, they like kind of like lose speed right there. He ends up bumping Djax anyways. They kind of like lose speed when they're running back. So if I see anybody hesitate, even try to bait something, I'm always gonna throw the streak. That's just my rule. If I get picked, I get picked. It is what it is. But we see the mismatch right there with Chin and Deshaun Jackson. We're gonna tie up this game now, 7-7. All right, so now we're back on defense in the single mug. Need a stop right here. Right here, we set up for motion halfback choice, and it was honestly the perfect defense for motion halfback choice. Nothing was open. That was just pretty much like I almost ran like a cover 3 match in a way for that play. I actually think cover 3 match does really good versus that, as long as you switch stick to the hook and take away the post. Right here, looks like he's going to audible the doubles himself, looking for myself to stop the run game. Right here, everything was pretty much back. He's going to find his running back check down, though, get 2 yards, and we live with that. Again, another 3rd and 8. This is where he's been all game, just absolutely struggling to move on offense. And honestly, couldn't have asked for more. It kept me in the game right here. Looks like he's going to set up a play to roll out. He does. He's going to find his curl route over the middle of the field. Honestly, really good curl. Wasn't expecting it. That's the first time he hit me with a curl route in this game, so that was a really good call from him. Most of the time, I don't really put a hook zone on that side of the field, so he took advantage of it right there. Was able to score right here. I switched the match beer. He did have the 1-play touchdown, but he saw it late in the quarter that I originally switched to, that runs away from that streak. I took away that streak, so his eyes were on the streak. He didn't even look at that slot fade. So by the time that he looked at it, that quarter was already running back to that slot fade. So he wasn't really able to throw it. If he would have saw it off rip, though, he definitely would have had 7, but he just saw the read late. Kind of get a little lucky, I would say. But hey, that's what happens, in these big games. People get nervous. They don't make the reads that they normally make. I mean, we're even seeing it with me right here. Another 3rd and inches. Got to get off the field somehow. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd. Gonna hover over that defensive tackle, ready to shoot any sort of inside zone. We have to flip with them right here. Flipping is one of the most irritating things in Madden, in my opinion. Just especially with like the alignment of some defenses right there. He's going to try to throw his return route overall. Again, we're playing good defense. We got him now to this 4th and inches. Let's see what he's going to call. I'm pretty sure if I remember, this is the inside zone call, and I just didn't stand in the right spot. You guys have seen where I'm standing over that defensive tackle every play. Right here, I'm right over the center, and I have no chance to, to make a tackle right there on that inside zone. And that is on me. I even told myself on short, downs like that, 4th and inches, 3rd and 1, I have to make sure I set up for the run, but that's on me. And he takes advantage of it right here. He's going to audible now back to that bunch tight end. And honestly, I didn't think this bunch tight end was really that good. I actually thought the bunch tight end was pretty bad. But it is a really good formation right there. We're going to get a sack right there. Howie Long, finally, getting a little bit of pressure. Cam Newton doesn't take off. We got a 2nd and 20 now. He's starting off in the bunch next nasty. He's going to flip. Looks like he's going to go to some drive wide corner. That's what this play looks like right here, if I'm not mistaken. Got a curl route on the field. Not the biggest fan of this combo. He's going to find his drag to Sam Laporta. Just didn't make a tackle right there. And we got him now on this 3rd and 7. He's going to go audible to the bunch tight end. Going to call the RPO. He caught a lot of RPOs on these downs, in my opinion, which was a little crazy. Almost breaks the tackle right there, but we got him to this 4th and 4. Right here is a big down here for us. I was expecting spacing switch. I was expecting some sort of spacing switch on this play. So I wasn't sure of the combo. I knew there would be a return route on the field. And guess what? There was actually 2 return routes on the field. He misses his running back. And in my opinion, he just stared down his return route. If he just throws his running back, I think the reason why he didn't throw his running back. So if we just if we play this back, I think the reason why he didn't throw his running back, because a lot of the time I was switch sticking over here to take away that running back. And so I think he just, locked his eyes on his return route. Unfortunately, he locked it on this one and not the other one, in my opinion, that was more open. Like, he totally missed it in that window. Gets a red, dropped all the way back, and we're going to get a stop now. So we have a minute 51 left. We need to get something going. This is huge for us, especially if we get 7 here. It puts him in a spot where he has to decide if he wants to clock, if he doesn't want to clock, because if he gives me the ball back within anything less than 3 minutes in the fourth, uh, more than likely I will make that the last possession. Right there, we find Gibbs over the middle. We get a first down right there. 2 Gibbs. We're going to audible now to Bunch 10. And this single mug that he ran, I didn't think it was really that good right there. I think I missed my hole. Should have cut up the middle, but it is what it is. We still get 5 yards out of it. We're going to come out, I think, in motion halfback choice. We're going to flip it. Just flipping it to see if he would flip with me. Just hovering over the center in the single mug. Didn't think it was really that good. Find Jahmyr Gibbs one more time. And I fell down just because he caught the first streak. We ran the ball twice with him, so I felt like we just needed to fall down. Didn't want to take a hit, stick, and fumble. That probably would have been the worst thing ever. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to call a little bit of some spacing switch right there. That was really good defense right there. Thought that I'd be able to playmaker that return route up. Let's see if we can find it right there. Yeah, that hook zone or whatever zone that was that ran with it played that really well. And most of the time, that hook just kind of sits low and you can playmaker it up, but it actually played super good. So back to this 1st and 10. 40 seconds left. Missed my read, honestly. I was kind of staring down the outside corner route. Could have just thrown the drag for a bunch of yards. Tight end got bumped as well, so that also didn't, help us out at all. 37 seconds left in the third. Going to untarget his user. Felt confident that he wasn't going to send him right there. The edge guy actually does come in, though, so I have to make my hot read to the running back. 3rd and 6. Going to audible over to motion Y angle. And honestly, this was the hottest dot I threw, but you guys are going to see what happens to me. Throw it to Darren Waller, and I just get a bad animation with Darren Waller. I try to click on and swerve, and I'm not kicking this, by the way. No point for me to kick this. I know we had him caged, but I'm a believer. If I got 7 here, that would have won me the game. So I had to make sure I got 7 right here. We're going to untarget his user. He runs the Texas 4-man. In my opinion, just got bagged, bro. I don't think really anything was open. Somebody was telling me I could have thrown this wheel. Maybe I could have thrown the wheel to Darren Waller, but he kind of switched it to play both. Could have thrown maybe the corner route, but just a tough read to make, especially on a 4th down. So he gets a stop. It is 7-7, almost going into the 4th quarter. Just think about that. We haven't seen many games like that were 7-7. Mr. Football and me, we're showing some defense right here. Runs inside zone. Wasn't over that defensive tackle, so he's going to get 4 yards right there, and 4 is up in the chat. All right, so Mr. Football looks like he's going to set up a play to roll out. Anytime he calls like this play, he always tries to roll out right there. Finds his running back sneak route out of the backfield and kind of punches me in the face too. That was a really good play. I thought he was going to go to more of that. He actually really didn't call a lot of that motion cross post play. Here we go. Got single mug again. I'm in a weird spot in this game where it's like I want to play aggressive, but I don't want to be too aggressive and like I score too quick and then he gets a chance to clock right here. Great switch sticks, making sure that he wasn't able to throw anything. He only gets a yard, and Cam Newton does take a hit, so that's going to affect Cam Newton a little bit. Possibly could get a fumble as well. He's going to audible now back to this doubles. Looks like he's calling motion dig under. I think that's what this play is. Looks like, okay, never mind. Going now to trips tight end. I haven't really seen many people call this play right here. But kind of just freestyled on defense, made some switch sticks. Saw that he could have possibly thrown the corner out right there. He just jukes out my Taylor Mays, trying to lay a hit on him. Cam Newton, 9 rushes, 84 yards. And that's all on design pass plays too, by the way. So in my opinion, as much as it does suck giving up those yards, if that's how he needs to live, that's how he needs to live right here. It's like he's calling motion halfback choice. Kind of missed his streak off initials, but the pressure does get there. Khalil Mack had himself a day right there. Having himself a day, that's like, what, our 2nd sack of the game? Can't be too mad at it. It's going to flip his bunch. Let's see what the combo he went to right here. Honestly, just looking not to give up 7 here. If I don't give up 7, we're in a great spot. Finds a sneak route out of the backfield. Jukes with Jahmyr Gibbs. We're going to hold him to 3rd and 5, I think. Yeah, 3rd and 5. Time is ticking, though. That is the one thing that we do have to watch right here is going to be the clock, because he technically can clock this. 33 yards, 3rd and 5. Like, if he really wanted to, he can clock this. So we do have to keep that in mind. And at some point, if it does get around that 2-minute warning, we are going to have to get aggressive. Right here, looks like he's going to go to motion halfback seam. Looks like this is like just a freestyle play, I would assume. Yeah, because that was not a good route combo. This drag ran into the streak. Just bad defense there by me. You guys see I made the switch to double mug. This is where I start having to get aggressive. He's going to stay in the bunch X nasty. I'm going to kind of hover over here just to make sure we don't give up an inside zone. Right here, I switched it onto the corner. I try to bait it, try to play both. Right there, he just throws his running back and gets 4 yards right there, so he can't be too mad. So we're in a really bad spot. Really bad spot. Got to make a play. Back to the single mug, just because I know more than likely he is going to just keep on throwing the ball, just because it is 2nd and 6. If he runs, he's almost like kind of wasting downs. And you can't really waste downs in the red zone, where open field is a lot easier to waste downs, just because you have so many yards to work with right there. He's just going to take off again. Cam Newton, 10 rushes, 91 yards. Here we go. 2 minutes left in the fourth. Still have all 3 timeouts, so we're going to have to stand up for ourselves and get a stop. Now, right here, when I was playing, I was expecting an inside zone just to burn my first time out, excuse me. And he calls verticals. I really didn't understand why, or he calls a pass play, I should say, not verticals. Or is it not this down that he calls? He might not call the pass play here. He might call the RPO. Okay, yeah, he calls the timeout, yeah, because now he passes. Okay, now he passes. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the game, but he like caught a pass play here on first down, which made no sense to me. Maybe he thought if he got 7, he was just gonna win the game. So I haven't wasted a timeout yet. Looks like he's staying in this bunch X nasty. Let's see the combo he goes to. I'm trying to remember the combo he's going to. All right, he audibled a lot this game, so that's why I'm like trying not to go too quick. He's gonna audible back to bunch tight end. I'm making sure I don't give up this RPO here, but I'm playing aggressive enough to keep myself in the game. So if he does score, we're all right there. Cam Newton does take a hit. Got him on a 3rd and 12. This is where you stand up for yourself right here. This is either touchdown or no, you just can't give up a first down. You can give up a touchdown, you get the ball back, but I was playing really aggressive where the point he either has to throw a streak or he's got to kick his 3 right there. Tries to find Randy Moss, overthrows, and in my opinion, if that's accurate, I think I pick him off, and all I would have needed was 3. But he's gonna kick his 3. He's gonna go up 10-7, and now, boys, we are on a money drive. All right, 1st and 10, minute 45, 2 timeouts. I'm gonna try to just make some hot reads to start off. Keep the ball inbounds because I want to make sure I clock this perfectly right there. We're gonna find Randy Moss on a streak. Get about 15 yards, I want to say right there. I'm going to hand off the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs. I still have 2 timeouts. It's early enough where I can run the ball. So I'm going to run the ball. Get 7 yards there with Jahmyr Gibbs, and I think I should have went to that doubles inside zone a lot more. I also called a lot of inside zone out of bunch. I just don't think it's really that good. Right here, motion halfback choice. It's just been our bread and butter. He's had no answers for it. I always trolled and said the only play I call is motion halfback seam, but I feel like nobody has an answer for it. Right there, we're going to throw our corner route, get a first down. I think we're at the 41 now. We're really close to getting in field goal range right there. That's what I was talking about. That bunch inside zone really wasn't going anywhere for me, and I should have went the doubles and called inside zone. I'm going to no huddle, though, so there's no runoff. Call, again, motion halfback choice. We're setting up the beat man right there. Had our post right there, but we're just going to take off with Jaden, pick up a first down. I'm going to no huddle again, get back to the line. Time is still ticking. I'm going to set up the spacing switch play. I untargeted his blitzer, or his user. He blitzed, and he came in free. 2nd and 19. We have to use a timeout. It's honestly making it look something, or hoping to make something shake. Wow, words are tough. But we're going to go to this motion Y angle. We're going to take our drag just to get some yards right there. We're going to try to hit a juke with Randy Moss. And I'm kind of debating on what I want to do here. And I call a timeout. I should never call a timeout here. But in my opinion, this was really dumb. Really dumb. I told myself this was really dumb. But at this point in the game, now I kind of have to take a shot at the end zone or just kick my 3. I kicked it early, or I would probably kick it around, what would it be, like 10 seconds. So there'd really be like 6 seconds left right here. I'm going to call it motion halfback choice. He switched sticks, and I want to run this back because a lot of people said I was ballsy to throw this, and this is what I was talking about with the switch stick. He switches, and he kind of is trying to bait in between here. The moment he switch sticked and I saw that he was trying to bait here, I knew I could pass lead this all the way up, because the moment you switch stick onto those deep blues, I don't know what it is about this game, but the defender just becomes a lot slower. He tried to play both. I pass led it all the way to the outside, high ball over the top. Malik Neighbors, we're gonna get 7, and that's pretty much gonna seal the deal. All right, so as he's going to call his last play, he's going to hope to God that he gets something. I do want to say appreciate everybody for coming through. This is probably a longer video. I've been recording for 30 minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate everybody that's rooting me on. You guys are going to see a breakdown of the John Beast game as well. Thought process on that and the reasons why I lost and all that different stuff. But if you guys have any questions, put it in the comments down below. I was hoping just to kind of chop up the game and then really go more in depth with the breakdown. But any questions, put them down below. I'm really, I guess excited to answer them. I got a lot of questions about the live. It could be gameplay. It really doesn't matter what it is. Put them all down below. I had an absolute blast. We secured 10K in this tournament, and we're the number 5 seed in the Madden Bowl, so I can't be that mad. So as long as I show up the next tournament, we might be in the bowl. So appreciate everybody for watching. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.